Testing, testing. I think we're on. Okay. Greetings to you who are assembled here at Royal York Road United Church, and to you who are joining us online. My name is George Bell. First, a bit of housekeeping. Restrooms are situated off to my right, down that hall. Okay, and there's also one down through this door as well. Today's event, not a workshop, marks the beginning of the 28th season for the Southern Ontario chapter of the Hymn Society, SOCHS for short. Both presenters have asked me to make the introductions short. So here goes. Jane Best was born in Kingston, Ontario, and was raised in Toronto. She has spent most of her adult life in Gore Bay on Manitoulin Island, where she involved herself in the musical life of the church and community. As her interest in writing hymns grew, she appreciated the encouragement of friends in the Summer Institute of Church Music, SICM, and SOCHS. She has two collections, Flowing Spirit 2013 and Always in Our Boat 2024, both published by the Leopold Foundation. Lydia Pedersen was born in Vienna, Austria, and was raised in Montreal, Quebec. She is the music minister emerita at this church. So this is home territory for Lydia. In addition, Lydia has taken on leadership roles within the United Church of Canada Music Ministry, SOCHS, and the Royal Canadian College of Organists. The first collection of her hymns is Fishing on the Other Side, published by the Leopold Foundation in 2025. Both of these books will be available for sale afterwards at the table. Cameron and I will be handling that. In addition, Mark, who is our treasurer, is going to be collecting our membership dues after the business meeting, which follows the presentation. And Mark, I think, will be over there. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can do that. This is the third, as I understand it, this is the third SOCHS collaboration for Jane and Lydia, and we've all been the beneficiary of this collaboration. Those two prior events occurred recently, in recent years. So together, we look forward to your presentation. And I think we're going to start with Jane. Or maybe we're going to start with both. I'll pass it on to them.
We are actually starting with a hymn that we both wrote. I wrote the music and Lydia wrote the words. And we hope that you'll just join right in and sing. And it is in Always in Our Boat, and it's 42, page 42. Well, I had the good fortune to attend a week-long songwriting retreat that the Hymn Society held in Virginia. And at the end of it, I was the last only person straggling there, waiting for a taxi to take me to my plane. So I had an hour and a chapel and a piano. And I was so thankful I wrote the tune, and I never could write words. I tried 500 ways from Sunday, and my words were terrible till I gave them to Lydia, and Lydia just wrote something wonderful. So the title of my book is Always in Your Boat, and I'd like us to sing that hymn, which is the first one you'll find in the book. There was a time during COVID when people didn't gather, and then the northern region, the Canadian Shield region of the United Church, was having a bigger than usual event for their clergy to sort of reopen, and they had several people for ordination, and it was just going to be a bigger than usual gathering, and so they were looking for a hymn, and a friend of mine suggested that I write one to their theme, which was about tending our nets. And so I did a lot of thinking of what does it mean to tend our nets in the 2020s, and this is my hymn. Okay, if you would turn the page, I think this next hymn basically speaks for itself. If you would find page 27, please. This next song is a song that you might use in a time of reflection or in a time of prayer, or if you invited a guest to come and lead a smudge with prayers. And it does not sound like the wonderful music we're hearing from downstairs. So I'm just going to gather myself for a second. In a worship setting, I might have that song go on longer, and I might, in my congregation, I would have people suggest what the help us is going to be, but we don't have time for that today. I'd like us to try a round. Would you find page 36, please? And I will play, because otherwise we'll be in their key. Let's sing it once together, all the way through, and then the second time, perhaps piano side will go first and the other side of the room will go second when we reach the third line. I live on Manitoulin Island, where there are numerous reserves. We are all people of the Robinson-Huron Treaty, and it's customary on the island when you say thank you to also say miigwech. Thank you in Anishinaabemowin. So would you say miigwech with me? Miigwech. So we have miigwech and merci and thank you, God. This hymn was written at a time after the findings of the Truth and Reconciliation Committee, when churches were struggling to find ways forward. And the Anglican Cathedral in Winnipeg was about to have its 200th birthday. And they announced a competition in 2019 for a choral piece, actually, to be done in 2020. And then COVID happened, and their competition didn't happen. And although the choral piece was written, this is the hymn version. But I had spent so long pondering, how do we as church people embrace our past and celebrate the present and move forward? And this is my hymn to that.
Page 40.
I'm sorry, page 40. Might I ask what our timing is right now, please? I have 10 minutes? Okay. Would you find page 64, please? I was walking home on a beautiful, quiet, starry night in our tiny, safe town. And it wasn't long after the invasion of Ukraine. And this song came to me as I was walking down the hill, and it's a prayer song. And what I'd like to do with it, if we could, is if we could sing one verse for Ukraine, and sing one verse, and everybody put the name of somewhere in it that you've been praying for. And on the ooey part, that's for our internal prayers, but don't stop making sound. On page 65, you'll find a very short song, Water Sparkles. During COVID, we were asked to express our love for our neighbors in a bunch of strange ways we never had to before. Staying home, staying away, masking, being distant from people even in the hospital. And a parishioner, spoke briefly about her take on 1 Corinthians 13 and how she felt that her love was being stretched, that all of our love was being stretched. And she was a hospital worker. And so what came to my mind as the rain, this frosty winter rain was hitting the windows and all the tracks of the rain were coming down, that the same rain coming down my window was the same water in the Bridal Veils Falls waterfall, and that whatever shape we're asked to express our love in, it's still love. And that's what this song is about. If I have time for one more, would you find page 71, please? I have time for both? Okay. Well then, the song on page 71, hi over there, was written, my son was living about half a block from Yonge Street when that act of terror happened, when that van took out people on Yonge Street. And I was up north, but I felt like I needed a prayer song to help bring me back to anything that made sense. And so this song, basically, I would use this song with the words and also with humming. And let's sing when life makes no sense at all and when we cannot feel you here.
What's that song? All of God's critters sing, have got a place in the choir. Yeah.
On page 76, you'll find a song with a text by Fred Kreider. He is a United Methodist minister, now retired. And these are wonderful words about welcoming the stranger. And you'll find in his first 3 verses, he mentions a lot of good things we could do, and some of it will feel aspirational. Some of it we've done, some of it not all of us have done. But the chorus in every case is, will we welcome the holy stranger? And so maybe we'll sing the first verse and the last 2. I just want to make sure that I don't steal Lydia's time.
They'll just have to stay longer.
Okay, and on the chorus, it needs a nice beat. All right, it's you. I can ask him help with it. Okay. Jane, Fred Pryor may be online right now. That's what I was hoping. you so very much for singing my hymns with me.
Well, I think you're marvelous that you are able to sing louder than the people downstairs are doing jazz. So just keep that right up. Jane and I have met relatively recently. I've known of her wonderful work for some time. She is published in More Voices and in many other places and runs workshops continuously and does wonderful things. And I was very honored when she asked to work with me. And we've discovered that we share a common sensibility in hymn singing and writing and so on. So we have collaborated 3 times, I think. And the first one of these that we'd like to start with is on page 46 in Jane's book, in Always in Our Boat. Our Voices Have Been Silent. Now, this is a song that we wrote because, well, Jane actually had a wonderful little bouncy tune there, and she wanted to have a text that she could sing with her choirs as they were coming out of COVID. Is that right? Correct me if I'm saying something that's not right. She wanted something that would give them a renewed sense of joy and ministry, the ministry of music. And so I was very happy to write some words for it, and this is the result. Our voices have been silent. It's a Trinitarian hymn. A lot of my hymns tend to be that way. I think you'll figure that out. So let's just sing that. Okay, so now on to my little efforts. In 2014, we had the moderator of the United Church, Gary Pedersen, come and preach at a service here, a special service. The service was based on the theme that the United Church was working with at the time. It was the theme for the next couple of years, and it was called Fishing on the Other Side. You all know the story, I'm sure, where Jesus comes and says, well, if you can't catch anything much on this side, try the other side of the boat. And sure enough, they caught so many fish that the boat just about sank. So that was the idea, that the United Church changed some of their polity, some of the things they were doing, and see what happened. I couldn't find a hymn about that. I just couldn't find it. So I decided to write one. Now, this is a wonderful tune. I should say something. I'm a text writer, but it's very, very important to me to find a tune that works well with the text. It has to pick up the right idea, the right feeling, and so on. And I just had a hard time finding one until I realized that Voices United had this absolutely delightful tune, which is really Gilbert and Sullivan, right? Okay, so let's sing that with gusto. Here, I'll put you in charge of Oh, I'm sorry, yes. You should have the, no, I guess you don't. Page 7, everything. So, once again. Some time ago, not that long ago, SOCHS, the chapter of the Hymn Society, had a session in which we were challenged, hymn writers were challenged to write something on a certain scripture passage. And the passage was, "Fear not, for I am with you, be not dismayed, for I am your God," etc. I think many of you will know that one. And this was my entry. It didn't win. It came in second, and that was just great. And I don't think we'll sing all of it. It's not a tune that you know well. It is in Voices United. A very marvelous tune, actually. I know right now, at least Nancy Hardy is laughing, because she and I were the only ones on the hymn committee who believed in this tune. We desperately wanted it in there, and everybody said, no, it's too hard, it's too high, it's too low, just forget it, can't do it. But in the end, John Ambrose, our marvelous editor, saw the light and put it in anyway. And these are just different words to that tune. I think I should play the tune once through, and then we'll sing it. I'm very sorry, I should always do that. Page 6. Thank you. So that's what's called a paraphrase of well-known scripture text. I tend to write texts in response to needs. So I don't sit down and make a career of writing hymns. But if there is a family baptism or the church anniversary or anything that requires something special, then I like to challenge myself and do that. Sometimes, I'm not going to have you sing the next one, only for reasons of time, but Jacob Wrestling with the Angel on page 12 is one of my favorites. This was the result of a hymn writing workshop that took place right here at Royal York some years ago with the marvelous Mel Bringle in attendance. She led this hymn. How many of you were there? Some of you were in attendance, yeah, okay. So this was what I wrote on. I set myself the challenge of writing a text about perseverance, about never giving up. You know, the widow lady who knocks on the door of the judge, and he doesn't want to open the door and deal with her, but in the end he does because she's just so darn persistent. So I thought of a few spots in the Bible where persistence is a theme, one of them being Jacob, who wrestled with the angel. Through the long night knew no rest, but prevailed at break of morning, and saw his faithful vigil blessed. I'll let you read through this on your own. What I want you to recognize is the wonderful way that the tune works with the text, okay? I looked and looked and looked for just the right tune, something that said stick-to-itiveness, perseverance, you know? And I couldn't come up with it, and almost out of patience, I suddenly found this. Look at how many times, I'll play just a tune, just listen to the tune and see how many times there are repeats. And so a text writer will be delighted when they find something that illustrates or underpins the text this well. Here's the tune. So, do you want to try one verse? Just see how it works? Okay. Let's just do verse... Well, let's do the last one, because in the last one there is a twist in the tale, okay? See who does... this is deliberate. See who does the knocking and the answering, or not.
And it's storming outside. So.
It is. Yeah. Okay, so verse 4. I love doing this. Let's go to A Christmas Carol. Okay, Christmas is coming. And again, Nancy Hardy will remember this, I think. She and I were coming, I think it was with you, George. I don't remember. I think it was, yes. You were kind enough to take us home when I needed to go home because my daughter was in a hospital. And we left Columbus, Ohio, from a workshop that had been there, Hymn Society conference, summer conference. And Nancy was telling us about a book that she was writing about worship in the city. It's now a wonderful and a well-selling book. Her idea was that, and she was talking in the chapter about Christmas, that Christmas isn't for us today anymore all about sheep and shepherds, and cute lambs and things we don't understand, camels and donkeys and mangers. That's all very lovely, but what is Christmas like in the city? And so I thought, well, this is going to be fun to write, and I started scribbling a few words. And by the end of that trip home, was it a couple hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, the hymn was actually almost written. So let's sing it. This one you will know the tune to, O Little Town of Bethlehem, and the page is 16.
Were you the driver?
This is the driver of the text. Okay, we all know this. Oh, thank you. I wanted you to sing all of it simply because I wanted you to see how much fun I had with translating one thing into the other. Yes, Isabel. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you. County. No, in county. Yeah, no, it's not meant to be country, county, as in city. It's not supposed to say country, it's county. Yes, county. Yeah, let's argue that later over coffee. Yeah. Now, here's an interesting one, I think. People of the book, a while back, 10 years ago or so, I went back to school and got a degree in hymn writing, or rather it was a doctor of ministry, but it was focused on hymn writing and teaching people to write hymns. That was very interesting. And one of the courses that I had to take as part of that was based on the Quran, learning how the Quran used the Bible. And there's a lot of things in the Quran that are very similar to ours, how many things we have in common with the Quran, with the Muslim religion. And of course, many of us know some of the things that we have in common with the Jewish, our Jewish forefathers in the faith, right? So I thought, this is interesting. Let's write something. This was my term project, by the way. I got an A. Let me see if I can write something that describes how much we have in common, okay, through this book that we often call each other people of the book because of the Bible. There are many differences, of course, but there are also many things in common. We don't have to sing all of this. You can read this later by yourselves. Why don't we sing 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5. Okay, it's page 18. And the tune, I deliberately looked for a Jewish tune, a tune that you may know. Right? Yeah, now you can say you've sung a Jewish hymn. How are we doing here? Oh, the next one is interesting. A number of people wrote this one, not just me. I was just the driver of that vehicle. But we had an anniversary, a church anniversary here not that long ago, several years. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if instead of me always sitting down and doing my own thing, if we had volunteers from the congregation make a little group and help me write a hymn. And so we did that, and I was so thrilled with the results. I mean, yes, I polished it a little bit, and that's my job. They couldn't be expected to do that. But we came up with this rather fine Trinitarian text that deals with the Spirit of God writing our song, blessing our song, sustaining our song. So writing our song, God the Father, or the Creator, blessing our song, Jesus, and sustaining our song, the Spirit. So it's not a long one. Let's see if we can sing this. You will recognize the tune. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm always doing that. 25. Yeah, 25. So we built this church, and many thanks to the people who, you see their names underneath, the people who helped me write this. Yes, thank you. And I forgot to say that a banner making group in our church also made 2 lovely banners like these. These are brand new. These are only 2 weeks old. Before that, we had some up that say, Spirit of God, be our song. That was the text, Spirit of God, be our song. So you can see how this fit right in with that. Aware of the time, but I think we can finish everything we had planned to do. Just one more, and then we will do a closing song. Wind Who Whispered is on page 27. This one I'm proud to say, I guess I'm grateful to say, I had the honor of winning an international hymn writing competition with this one. It was a church in Chatham, down in Massachusetts, that was inaugurating a new organ. And they were looking for a brand new hymn to talk about that. And when I realized that this church was located so close to Cape Cod, which is a place that I'm very, very fond of. All my life, my family vacationed on Cape Cod, and it was where Harold and I had our honeymoon. Many reasons why I love the ocean, etc. So that was one thing. I was told that the church was located in a very windy spot. So the idea of wind had to go in there somehow. And of course, the organ. And I was trying to think of other instruments. Most instruments, not percussion ones, but most other instruments, wind instruments, require wind. And so the whole idea of wind and how that can be illustrated in theological terms came to me. Oh, sure. Let's sing the whole thing, and then we have just a very short closing song that comes from Jane's book. Okay? Let's leave out verse 2. They all belong, but let's leave out verse 2, and we will do verse 1, 3, and 4. Okay? The hardest thing about doing not a workshop, it's not a workshop. The hardest thing about doing an afternoon like this is knowing what to choose and what to leave out. You want to show everything that you've done, and obviously that's impossible. So thank you so, so much for your attention and for your good singing, your marvelous sight reading, and just for coming out and being with us. Jane is going to 17 in Jane's book. I need my book here. You want to say something about this?
This is a benediction. Let's sing it twice.
I want to say a word of thanks to Jane and Lydia. I thought it was significant that we would begin with this lovely hymn written by both of them, because it just kind of sums up what they're about. And I just made a list of the hymns that we have sung, and I couldn't help reflecting on the richness. Many aspects of faith highlighted: assurance, challenge, love. We had interfaith, justice, and openness to the winds of God. One of the things that I have studied throughout my life is the connection between music and mission, how song leads to transformation. And we have had this in spades this afternoon. Thank you for introducing us to many wonders, both words and music, and how they all fit together. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. I'd just like to add one or two extra comments. First, it's really special when you sing a hymn in a church where that hymn was created. And that was a special gift from Lydia that I'd like to just mention. It meant a lot to me. Secondly, when Jane and I chatted about today, she said, you know, there's going to be lots of short songs. And I said, great, because short songs have a real place in worship and in our meditation and in our Christian life. We're going to have a really brief business meeting. And by business meeting, it's not really just business, it's more information. First of all, I'd like to introduce to the group the members of the executive who worked really hard on today's event. So if you wouldn't mind standing, I hope you're all here. Don Anderson, Debbie Fingus, Sandra Kirby, Nancy Hardy, and Mark Runke. So I'd like to thank them from the bottom of my heart for all the work that they provided in making today happen. Thank you so much. Our next event is going to be next April. Actually, it's 6 months today, April the 19th, and it's going to be at St. Andrew's United Church in Toronto, a really central location. You can't be much more central than Yonge and Bloor, and that's where we're going to be on April the 19th, and it's going to be a showcase of the new United Church supplement, Then Let Us Sing, led by Debbie Fingus, whom you now have met, and Dawn Duncliffe, her buddy out in Pickering, I guess, isn't it? And we're really looking forward to that, a really special way of introducing that wonderful new resource that has been created by the United Church. In the coming months, in the coming weeks and months, we will be providing publicity for other events that are happening in the Southern Ontario area. So occasionally you will get email blasts announcing hymn festivals and special speakers. One that I'm really pleased to share with you today, trusting that this all happens because it's about a year from now that it will happen, is that John Bell is coming to Toronto. John, of course, is well known to us as a part of the Iona community in Scotland. And for SOCHS, he's a really special friend because we have had him on more than one occasion, and he helped us become financially solvent, really. And we are looking forward to him coming. We won't be organizing the event. It'll be organized by a church, again on Yonge Street, York Minster Park Baptist Church. But I'm sure there will be an event open to the public and therefore open to us. He will be coming for a conference. And of course, you can go to the conference as well, but it's that public event that I think will be really special for us. The dates will be October the 25th to the 27th, I think, is the conference, and it'll be on I think the Monday night. Sharon, would you like to just speak to that?
It's part of the Lester Randall preaching series that has been going on at York Minster Park Baptist for probably 30 years, if I'm not mistaken. And when John Bell was here a few years back, the format was he preached at York Minster in the morning, more of a formal service. He did preach at the 7 p.m. evening service, which is sort of the opening for the event where everybody gets together. And then there's a little panel forum that happens afterwards that anyone that attends the service is welcome to stay for. And then the Monday evening will be a sort of sing-along with John type of event where he will lead everybody from the piano. And he always does a splendid job, and that's free. As far as I know, there'll be no charge to the public for that. And check the church's website. They'll start publicizing it probably by June. So you'll be able to see. You are also welcome to go to the entire event. There's usually 4 different preachers that come in, and John is one of them. So it's always a great time.
Shoes are optional?
Shoes are optional, always with John, always.
Thank you, Sharon. Anyway, something to look forward to, and we will keep you alert to what's happening with that event. A brief financial report. Mark over here is our treasurer, a very important part of our executive. I'm just going to briefly, orally describe to you the financial report. We started the year with an account of $850, and with the expenses that we've had this year, we're down to around $445. So there's still money in the account, which we're very thankful for, but this leads me into the reminder about our membership dues and donations. Mark is over there. You can see he's smiling. He is looking forward to you going over and paying membership dues for 2026, believe it or not. And the other thing that I find hard to believe is that our membership dues have remained unchanged for 28 years. It is still $25 per year. I can't think of a better deal than that. So see Mark, he would be happy to see you about membership dues and donations if you are interested. Let me just ask, is there anything that anyone would like to announce or ask?
I'll talk about finances for a second.
Huh?
I'll talk about finances for a second. Okay. George invited you to come over to see me, but the very best way and most efficient way in this modern world today is to send an electronic funds transfer, an e-transfer to me, and that has gone out to, I believe, everyone, but we'll make sure if you're on this email list that we receive today that you'll receive it. You just send it to a specific email, $25, it shows up, it has your name in the checking account. That's the best way to do this. 2 minutes, okay. If you brought money, I hope you brought exact change. That's fine. I will take your cash and keep account of it. If you have a check you'd like to also still working with checks, that's fine too. You can come over and deal with it there. But really, the electric fund, the e-transfer is the best way to go going forward. All right, and it's $25. Yes. I think we'll send out an email for this with all that detail for you because I know some people still have it.
I'm Walt Lemisky, the music director at St. Peter's Arundel. We're celebrating our 200th anniversary this year, and part of the celebrations will be November 16th at 4 p.m. We're having a hymn festival. I have got 4 different organists playing. I've got some brass, I've got a clarinetist, and our choir. So and the handbell choir, thank you very much. So it's going to be quite an event. So November 16th, it's at 4 p.m. If you can make it, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
We'll get the information from you and we'll send it out as part of the email blast. Okay, that's great, Walter. Thank you for sharing that with us. Anything else that anyone would like to add? Okay, not seeing anything. I'm going to bring the business meeting to a close, but there is one last subject, and that is you have books right now that you have been singing from. I'd like to just make one comment about the books. Well, 2 comments, really. First, neither Lydia nor Jane referred to the wonderful section in the books which describe how the hymns came to be. And I would just say to you that that's part of the book that I find most intriguing. How did these songs and hymns come into existence? And I would just say that's one of the extra benefits of purchasing one of the books or both of the books. Now, we have over here, Cameron and I are going to be selling the books. I think the 2 prices are Lydia's book is $15 and Jane's book, a little more substantial, $24. We have lots of loonies. And so we can, if you have $25, we have one to give you back, and we can arrange that. Now, if you are not interested in purchasing the books, I'd suggest maybe just leaving them up here on the front pew, and you can slip away without purchasing them that way. But if there are any questions about that, we will have a table here for the books, and Mark will have a table there for the membership dues. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you in 6 months.